See, I am sending you out like lambs into the midst of wolves. Luke chapter 10, verse 3. Dear disciples and believers in Jesus, a familiar story goes such. There was a warrior who just got married and was returning home with his wife. They were crossing a lake in a boat when suddenly a great storm arose. The man looked not so much afraid, but the woman became very much afraid because it seemed almost hopeless. But the man sat silently, calm and quiet, as if nothing was happening. The woman was trembling, saying, "Are you not afraid? This may be our last moment of life." The man laughed and took the sword out of his sheath. Then he brought the sword close to the woman's neck, so close that it was almost touching her neck. He said, "Are you not afraid?" She started to laugh and said, "Why should I be afraid? If the sword is in your hands, why should I be afraid? I know you love me." The man put the sword back and said, "This is my answer as well. I know God loves me, and the stone is in his hands." The man was willing to trust in the Lord, and thus any passage through any storm would be without any fear. Do we trust in the Lord? The gospel of the day is an exhortation by the Lord to grow in the virtue of trust. By listening to Him, by giving heed to His word, by being obedient to Him. Jesus appointed 72 whom He sent ahead of Him in pairs to every town and place He intended to visit. They were chosen and appointed. Choice is always a gift, not a merit. This gift cannot be demanded. It is given by the Lord out of His way. Therefore, it demands a sense of gratitude and a spirit of responsibility. In the Gospels, the 72 disciples are also called by Jesus for the task in which they were to become an extension of the work that was entrusted to Jesus by the Heavenly Father. In this task of becoming an extension, one of the most important essentials was that of listening to the words of the Master. In other words, trusting in Him. Obedience to the Word is a necessary criteria to become a true extension of the Lord. Jesus very specifically lays down rules and regulations to be followed in their mission journey and task. Carry no purse, no bag, no sandals, and salute no one on the road. Luke 10:4. These exhortations by the Master would cause a sense of insecurity for the disciples, a feeling of being stuck in the problems that they could encounter. Yet the disciples were strongly urged to listen to His exhortation, to trust in His providence, and to be obedient to His word. Each one of us is called and chosen as Christians as an extension of the Lord's tasks in this world. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you to go and bear fruit that will last. John chapter 15, verse 16. Today, we celebrate two such models in the persons of Saints Timothy and Titus. Saint Timothy was born in Galatia in Asia Minor, was baptized and later ordained to the priesthood by Saint Paul. The young Galatian became Paul's missionary companion and his most beloved spiritual son. Saint Paul showed his trust in this disciple by consecrating him bishop of the great city of Ephesus. Saint Timothy was stoned to death 30 years after Saint Paul's martyrdom for having denounced the worship of the goddess Diana. Saint Titus, a convert from paganism, was a fellow laborer of Saint Paul on many apostolic missions. St. Paul later made him Bishop of Crete, a difficult charge because of the character of the inhabitants and the spread of enormous doctrines on that island. St. Paul's writings tell us that St. Titus rejoiced to discover what was good in others and drew the hearts of men by his wide and affectionate sympathy. In the mission of the Lord, life will take us through many storms and rough seas of difficulties. Life will put us through various tempests and hurricanes of hardships. But in all such moments, are we ready and open to trust in the Lord? The Lord will take us through every storm, every danger, every hardship, and keep us firm and undisturbed, because He loves us.